Welcome back to Maldonado, Uruguay, and the Estadio Domingo Burgueno Miguel. This is Group B between Mexico and South Africa as these teams make their way back out. They make it out with the knowledge that Brazil and Japan tied 0-0 in the other Group B matchup. So, boy, what a wonderful opportunity this next 45 minutes could be for you, Angela, and it could determine maybe your pathway through this tournament.
To be able to come out in the second match after the tournament started with that knowledge that you have an opportunity to get 3 points and be ahead of every single other team within your group after your first match, that is super powerful. So hopefully that's in the minds of these players to give them a little bit more confidence and extra effort on top of what they're already doing.
All right, we talked a lot about Mexico. I want to take you to South Africa. What do you think Simpewe Ludlu, the coach of South Africa, said to her team in the locker room at halftime?
You know what? They're not doing a bad job. They're very different styles of play here between Mexico and South Africa. I think the best opportunity for them is when they're up in that attacking third. They're putting pressure on the Mexican defense. And really, it's about winning that ball there, keeping them in that attacking third, and looking for their opportunity, getting more shots on goal. They're putting pressure, but we're not seeing a whole lot of attack being created, so a little bit more out of them.
Yeah, to that point, their best chance, Mishi Minis, got a second ball off a defender and hit it first time and nearly scored. Hit it off the side netting, but with tremendous power. Taking
those opportunities, right? Just it doesn't matter where you're on the field. Going ahead, looking for those opportunities to score, at least to get on the scoreboard.
There, Tanya Sanchez, you saw. 16-year-old defender. So again, 15, 16, and 17-year-olds, you do have to keep that in mind and in context of what we're seeing here. But we have seen a bunch of very talented ladies. Mexico in green, South Africa in the yellow. Game on here in the second half. Your referee, your Chilean crew, is Marie Carvajal in charge. And let's see if things end up where they left off here in the first half, with Mexico making a bit of a push here. Big 45 minutes, though, when you go into the vein of thinking about how to navigate this tournament.
And obviously that comes into the strategy of the coaching staff to be able to not just put the personnel on the field, but really the tactics and how to implement them, given the score of the game and the time of the game.
Kili Magama off the throw. Very busy in the first half as a right back for South Africa. These teams do have World Cup under-17 history. They met in the group stage in 2010. Mexico winning 4-0 in Cuba, Trinidad. Solis, Sanchez, Murillo, and Pina, the goal scorers on that day. Mexico was dominant in front of 8,500 fans in that one. But it is now South Africa. Off her line is JD Gutierrez.
She's definitely been a little bit less busy than Windvogel on the other end, but again, showing some confidence here from Mexico. And I know it's our jobs to critique, and hopefully I'm not being too critical, but I think even though they are so young, there's still so much talent that we're seeing, and to be able to put this ball together, string it, and being possessive oriented on one side, but then to be able to go on ahead, making those opportunities matter the most, and putting the ball away, that's the differentiator between the top class and ones that are struggling a bit.
And the goal scorers for Mexico, they have had their chances. Alison Gonzalez, Natalia Mauleon, and Annette Vasquez. And Annette Vasquez probably having the best chance of this game after a wonderful build-up. There is no doubt you're seeing some real talent here with a lot of hope and possibility in the future to be playing potentially in senior World Cups. Reyes tried to thread the needle there to Mauleon. Mexico in the back four, it's one of those games that certainly, since you're in possession a lot, your awareness and how focused and disciplined you must stay, even though you may not be as much involved, although they are involved in the build-up here.
Especially when you're back in goal.
Yeah, Rios. It's a nice ball, carved out space coming out of the middle here. Mexico win it back here very aggressively now. Early moments of the second half, cross coming into the near post. A header from Gonzalez is just flashed wide, and another good opportunity for the high-scoring striker, the 16-year-old from Tigres.
She had some opportunities, all right. Gonzalez just standing there without any pressure. Just misdirected it a little bit too far wide. But a beautiful cross in, taking an extra look. And actually, it all started from Diaz, number 7, winning that ball back and creating that opportunity. But another excellent look here for Mexico.
Magama off the throw. Here comes South Africa now trying to break out of midfield, and they do. They'll switch the play here. Might have been one pass away from it. Minis had a chance to put a teammate in. Nice little move there from the very talented Mauleon, who's just so comfortable with the ball at her feet. Picks out Gonzalez now. Mauleon again. Operating in a more central role here. Nice switch of play from Flores. Got an overlapping run. They look it off. It's a great solo effort here. And then finally tackled away by South Africa. And Mexico's going to get called for the foul. Free kick here after Holwani was brought down.
Something we're definitely seeing more on Mexico's side is just that individual attacking style and really taking on players 1v1. We're not seeing a whole lot of that out of South Africa.
A little bit more of a vertical, direct game. A lot of times the target is Chelsea Daniels up front. Without a doubt, two differing styles. Oh, it's a wonderful ball there. Beautiful switch of play there from Diaz. Vasquez. Cross going to come into the box, and swinging at air there was the goalkeeper, Katie Winvogel. Gonzalez was in the mix again, and again, Mexico continuing to press here. Can't find the breakthrough.
But look how wide open Gonzalez is. No one even tracking her there defensively. That's something South Africa needs to be aware of. She's wide open, and that's where Mexico needs to take advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah, they've been dominant in shots, 16-3 at the half before entering the second half here. Dominant in possession, but not able to cap it off with goals. Holwani helps it on. That's a clip ball over the top, and the idea there was to Daniels. It did turn the Mexican back 4. But it's Gutierrez now.
Still seeing a little bit more of that direct play, which isn't always bad, but maybe on the ground to Daniels, who's already marked.
Here comes Mexico. Mauleon now swerving and cutting and juking. He is fun to watch in midfield. I don't think there's any question about that. Gonzalez coming into midfield, the center forward, to be part of the build-up. They've gotten it out wide. They've got players in the box. Cross will come out towards the top of the box. And stepping up nicely there for Mexico, and very, very alertly there was Nicole Soto. Good ball out wide here now. Annette Vasquez had that wonderful chance in the first half. Could have made this a much easier afternoon, potentially.
Hopefully she's still not thinking about that one.
No, and that's a great point you bring up. It's young players. Is she still thinking about that one based on the way she's been playing?
Well, you know what, I think at this level, they're creating these chances, but that ability to score and to stay focused as they're creating these opportunities, that just comes with experience, and that's most likely why we haven't seen the goals for either team, really, even though these opportunities are being created. And it's not just the technical ability to do it, but it's that mentality and that focus when you're under that pressure and you see the goal wide open to be able to score at this level.
I think it's a great point you bring up, because you missed a very clear-cut chance. You do have to go on. You do have to put it behind you and focus on what's in front of you. And these are the other benefits, I guess, organically that come for young players in this situation at an under-17 FIFA World Cup.
Absolutely, and it's remembering it to motivate you to go ahead and do the right things in your next opportunity instead of letting it drag you down, essentially.
He's looking very much a carbon copy of the first half. Mexico in possession a lot. South Africa doing a lot of the defending. And trying to hit Mexico with a bit of a vertical game here. A little bit higher pressure now coming from South Africa. That's Magama.
And that's why I said I thought we'd see a little bit more of the same, because it's being effective for both sides. Mexico having that possession and creating those opportunities, and for South Africa just looking for that one opportunity, perhaps just to convert against some Mexican defense.
Cole Soto carries it forward. She gets it out wide. This is a very talented Rios, who's had an outstanding game. Crossing opportunity is not going to hit the right area. It's punched, though, and it may lead to a second chance. Maybe it's a ball that could have been held, but Winvogel punching that and nearly fell to the feet of Mexican attackers.
Again, she's getting the job done.
Now Leon tried to take one on. She'll try it again. Player down for South Africa right now has just bounced back up.
We're seeing a few players on South Africa falling down a few times. This is where you wonder when fatigue perhaps will set in. Sometimes we see cramping at the second half, even as early as this 55th minute. And actually, it's Minis who's down, and she was one of those players who did have what was reported to have some ankle and hamstring issues against their tune-up match when they played Uruguay.
Some attention to the right knee. She bounces back up. She had that one wonderful, great, sweet contact hit in the first half that went off the side netting. Plays for Santos Ladies FC. This one going against the grain. Historically, in these FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cups, there's been an average of over 3 goals a game. And in Trinidad and Tobago in 2010, it was close to 4. And that would kind of make sense with young players, maybe, and mistakes, yet a little bit different here today.
I feel like you're either going to see a lot of goals or hardly any at all, just because of the discrepancy between the abilities of different teams, and that's where you see a higher goal scoring game, but also just that focus that we talked about and that mentality to be able to put them away in an intense environment.
Great test for Mexico to try and break down a very determined South Africa here. And this is the potential on the counterattack here. Anya Sanchez with some wonderful defending there. Getting a little bit higher pressure now as maybe South Africa stepping up the field a little bit here. Do you see that, Angela?
They are starting to a little bit, and also just that combination play as we saw on the flank, getting more players up into the attack. South Africa sitting back a little bit. Only when they would lose the ball, it seemed like they were putting more pressure on Mexico, but now they're starting to be a little bit more proactive, getting some more of their players in the attack.
South Africa's going to make a change. It's Tembiso Vilakasi, who plays for Bindilandi ladies will come on. 4 caps for her. She's 16 years of age. And she is going to come on now for minis, who you had mentioned, Angela, getting the treatment there and may have been a bit banged up in their practice match prior to this against Uruguay. So Vilakazian.
We did see her go down earlier in that first half. And again, we're starting to see it again. We want to make sure that, obviously, stay healthy. That's just a tough challenge there. Shamasi taking that one.
Free kick here from Mexico now, 60th minute. We've seen them look off the long ball into the box just to play to feet here. Of course, all of this the precursor to the 2019 Women's World Cup that kicks off June 7th in France. 24 nations in that one, with the U.S. as defending champions. Good look at Monica Vergara, knowing that essential here in a group with Brazil and Japan to try and find a game winner here. Same thing for Simpewe Ludlu, the coach of South Africa. Opportunity is here for both these teams. Vilakazi getting her first touch. This time a direct ball. Foul's going to be there for a straight leg challenge there coming from Diaz. And she's going to pick up a yellow card.
Referee gives her a yellow card for those studs being up and actually scraping the leg. Longo.
Get a sense that maybe Mexico's hitting a little mental wall here, not believing they can break down South Africa. Produce the goal.
I definitely think the momentum has shifted a little bit for South Africa, putting more pressure and starting to create some more opportunities. And it does start to wear on you a little bit when you possess the ball and you're not seeing it happen. So that's, again, where you need to make sure you're staying focused and really ultimately having that belief that those goals will come because you're creating the right opportunities. But this is one of the first times we've seen South Africa having one of these set pieces in a dangerous position.
Look into the eyes of J.D. Gutierrez off the free kick here is Wadi. It's going to be easily handed. By the way, Jessica Wadi's only 15 years of age. For South Africa. Here comes Mexico. Peeling off here on this run is Gonzalez. She goes down, clutching her leg. Mexico recovered the ball again here in midfield now. 63rd minute. Is there a breakthrough for either team? Not Leon. Oh, it's a beautiful ball into the box. Mexico to make it one shot and wide. And again, it's the opportunity coming there. Annette Vasquez has a wonderful chance. Alison Gonzalez was prone and down. You can see at the top of the screen here.
And it's just hugging that defensive line too. Vasquez being able to cut inside to receive that ball. Malion again involved in the play, and a wonderful touch, first touch by Vasquez to get control of that ball, and just unfortunately isn't able to curl it and bend it in to that near post or far post side. But again, another fantastic opportunity, and it's that movement that Mexico is doing that's creating those opportunities.
Well, we've seen Maleon in a number of different positions. That sort of withdrawn striker position where she picked that ball up there, that was wonderful orchestrating and slipping in her teammate with the outside of her right foot. Talk a little bit about her game, because she's a very interesting player, Maleon.
And she's really the player that they're going through to create the attack, and to be able to hold on to the ball, possess it. Her movement, we've already talked about that in the first half, but from side to side, going up, and also now in the second half, she's sitting back a little bit more, so she's able to control the ball, see more of the field in front of her, and really set the play, as we just saw in that last one.
Chelsea Daniels, the sole of her foot, rolls it towards the end line, and some good work there. Almost earned herself a corner. She was besieged by 3 Mexican defenders. South Africa throwing here, 65th minute. Kazi blocking that. Mexico trying to clear their lines here towards Gonzalez now. She gets another little bit of a collision there. Seeing a little notch of confidence maybe coming here from South Africa, who are beginning to step their pressure a little bit higher. Mexico trying to break it here. Diaz. Vilakazi tried to knock it inside.
It really does seem to be anyone's game still. And it seems either the fog is setting in or maybe some of the rain is back. So again, being able to take advantage with these conditions as well, how that can play a factor.
Maybe substitution patterns can make a factor. Diaz, who comes off. And coming on now for Mexico is Fatima Arellano, who plays for Pachuca, who's got a wonderful record of developing players at both the men's and women's levels. How about assessing the performance of Diaz, who had some good moments?
She really did, and I think just the ability, her vision, she was doing those kind of the fakes over the ball to allow the ball to move to the other side and create opportunities for her teammates. She's actually been a huge part of creating the attack for Mexico. So perhaps tired legs and a little fatigue, and trying to get some more energy in for Mexico for that substitution. Here again, seeing Maleon, just the control she has on that ball and the vision, really able to set the play and just barely missing the net. Vasquez, again, unfortunate for her, but she's definitely had some of the best opportunities for Mexico.
That was such good footage, because that was a great look at Maleon, who's built low to the ground, is so explosive, and just really showed us with real conviction that she's going for goal. Malongo now down for South Africa and in some trouble here.
And just tough, really, challenge there. Malongo on the receiving end, but Reyes getting in tough challenge. Picks up the card because of that.
So Malongo getting some attention here. 68th minute now. And both teams sensing what is an amazing opportunity here to get a jump in Group B over both Brazil and Japan, with those being the next 2 matches for both these teams. Gonzalez goes down.
I mean, this fog is really setting the drama for this game right now too. It's incredible. It's so thick, and that is going to play.
It's great you point that out, because this game opened up when we started with beautiful sunshine in Uruguay, and things changing here. There were heavy rains yesterday. It has affected the field and made it a little bit uneven. 71 degrees at kickoff and humid, so very differing sort of dissension of this nebulous cloud that's come over this game, but nonetheless, it's a valuable 3 points here for both teams. That is at stake. So quick look there at Moquena. She bounces back up. And after playing with 10 men for a brief period there, Mlongo coming back on now for South Africa. Who is going to provide that one inspirational moment here that maybe gathers you the full 3 points here with just over 20 minutes left?
And really, that's really what it takes, just having that boost to help carry you through the rest of the game. I think whoever scores first is really going to be the winner.
Warner tried to knock it forward. Mexico has won it back now. Breaking out is Rios, who has loved to run it out of the back here today at times to draw defenders. This time she's denied by a very thick and heavy South African midfield. Mexico now trying to press the game a bit higher. And they forced a ball out of play and a throw in now. Is Alison Gonzalez, the one who produces a vital goal here. Basket catch there from the goalkeeper, Katie Windvogel. Annette Vasquez has come closest for Mexico. Hoani over the top here. And Gutierrez very calmly off her line, although hasn't been tested much. Certainly shows a real air of confidence in the way she plays the game.
I would say she is definitely exemplifying that, and it seems almost a little shift too. Mexico getting away from the style of play that they've had consistently in this game, that more possession-oriented style, and now a little bit more direct, and actually allowing South Africa an opportunity here to shift in their style and possess the ball a bit more.
Reyes. Ariano, who is a second half sub. Alison Gonzalez, the striker for Mexico, talking about her coach Monica Vergara, talking about how she's made this a collective effort here, made them work as a group, made them sort of become a family. And then she went on, here she is on the ball, to talk about, you know, how they take a lot of confidence in the care that they take of the ball in games. And that's obviously a real trait that I guess Mexico's had since the days you played against them.
Absolutely, and I think that's where you talk and see how important that possession is to them, and what they've shown from the very beginning, and building that into their culture and their style of play has been tremendous. You can see that at every level.
Pressure here from South Africa. They're trying to win it back. Game being widened out here by South Africa now. Trying to drive it forward here is Shamasi. Avila is about to come on now, it looks like, for Mexico, taking her training top off. By the way, she's only 15 years of age, plays for Monterrey, and one of the great soccer cities in the world. Regularly drawing huge crowds in Liga MX, and of course 40,000 people turned out for a Tigres Monterrey Liga MX femenil game, which is remarkable that she played in. And a lot of players going down here, clutching and grabbing.
And a lot of yellow cards. Seeing the physicality definitely taking up a notch in the second half. Just see right there, Helwani using her hands and pulling down players there.
She's been a warrior today in midfield.
Perhaps maybe just trying to do a little extra effort to get her team going.
Sanchez has bounced back up. And Mexico will get a free kick here, 75th minute. Game has gotten a bit choppy here to the detriment of Mexico, it seems.
You know, I've been impressed with how Mexico's been organized defensively, really being on the same page all across their back line. And just right now, I think their style of play, they're getting away from what's been helping them be successful, is that possession-oriented and just staying connected there. Giving the ball away a little bit more frequently now and allowing South Africa an opportunity into this match.
Yeah, that's an unforced error. And there's that weather you talked about coming in here. I mean, just incredible.
You can barely see the field if you're up there in that stands.
Helwani with the big ball. Number 5 is Rios, who's been outstanding here today. Put in a heck of a shift here. But again, it's 0-0 scoreline here with so much at stake here. Because the earlier Group B match was a 0-0 draw between Japan and Brazil, who would be probably the favorites in this group.
So not just an opportunity to get 3 points and be ahead of the group, but also before playing some of the toughest, potentially, opponents in this group stage. If I'm a midfielder or forward right now and I'm seeing this weather, knowing that the visibility is going to be challenged for the goalkeeper, I'm going to be taking a lot more shots.
So defender coming off in Sanchez. Tana Coretta Sanchez. And Felicia Escobar will come on. So a swap of defenders there. Mexico 16 shots in the first half, have only had 2 here in the second, although it wouldn't count in that statistic. Was a wonderful opportunity after Mauleon played in the diagonal run and the beautiful run of Annette Vasquez, who pulled her shot wide.
Again, they're creating some great opportunities. And maybe it just comes down to who is going to be that person to step up and finish not just a goal, but really putting the other team away. I think getting that goal, we're getting towards the end of the match, and to be able to put a goal and gain that confidence, it's demoralizing for the other team.
Very animated, Simpiwe Ludlu on the bench of South Africa. In the shadowy haze now, Mexico will knock this forward. And all the way off her line is Katie Winvogel. 4 groups of 4 teams. The top 2 finishers advance to the quarterfinals. Again, validating the importance of the opportunity right now here in the 78th minute to take a full 3 points here in your first game in Group B.
Yeah, maybe Winvogel was a little bit off her line so that she actually see the ball and have better visibility, right? So perhaps these goalkeepers will start to push up a little bit. Is there an opportunity to even chip a goalkeeper off her line?
Higher pressure now coming from South Africa. Mexico trying to break it here and carve something out. They haven't gotten into the final third for quite some time here. Look to do it now. Ball deflected out for a throw-in now. 79th minute. Good switch of play, Flores now, and she gave it away. Mexico as sharp as they were on the ball in the first half. A few more unforced errors here in the second. Reyes knocked it inside. Play is kept alive here. It's going to be a free kick just outside the box. It was a vital touch from Flores to keep this attack alive. A yellow card will be issued now, and Mexico off a set piece here. An opportunity here maybe to get the game's first goal.
Dangerous spot too. Right here on the top of the D here for Mexico. But really coming from their movement and that switch of the attack. Malion, again, being such a vital part of this attack for Mexico, does a fantastic job there, drawing out that foul, just a slight touch past Wade.
So Wade picks up the yellow. This is Allison Gonzalez. No, it's not. It's actually... Who's standing over the ball here from Mexico right now? Gonzalez is in the box. Hayes dropping down over both Mexico and South Africa. This will be about going for goal and going for glory here. Off this free kick, and it rises over the bar. It's seen over the bar by Katie Winvogel, and out for the goal kick. It was Perez who had that opportunity out of midfield, the captain for Mexico.
And not a bad opportunity here for Perez, but just sailing slightly over. She does a good job of putting some texture on that ball to try and keep it down. Just missed opportunity again, but fantastic spot there for Mexico.
Mother Nature making this sort of a ghost-like game here. Not necessarily commentator-friendly.
Poor visibility for the players and the commentators.
Here's a chance here now. Chelsea Gonzalez. I make that Daniels. And how about that full-blooded tackle there coming in there from Nicole Soto from Southern California Blues, the Mexico center back.
Yeah, nice defense by Soto there. Daniels would have had one touch and into the box.
Dooley off the throw for South Africa, 16 years of age. A dangerous moment here, and then it's cleared by Rios. It was Holwani in the box. And it's just a little bit chaotic here now for Mexico. A little bit of contact. Down goes J.D. Gutierrez here in the 82nd minute.
So it seemed potentially innocent enough by Daniels, but Gutierrez does a nice job of just holding on to that ball even with that contact made. Get another look here. Daniels coming in. Actually, seemed like she had her eye on Gutierrez the whole time from this angle.
Gutierrez remains down. Now, as much as this could be so uplifting if you were to produce a game with either team, boy, equally, if you were to lose this game here, this is a real body blow early in this tournament.
Absolutely, and the physicality, we've already seen so many yellow cards coming out. It's been back and forth, and also it's managing those emotional moments during the game too. That is as much of a factor as the physical elements when we're playing at this level.
So, Njulawa Mali will come on. Mamelodi Sundowns is who she plays for. Gutierrez is back up. And Ariana Abeles, 15-year-old on for Reina Reyes. And Reyes, a solid game today.
That's definitely, I think, looking to start getting some more attack. There's a little extra effort here with these substitutions coming in right now with both players.
84th minute. Who extends themselves to truly try and gain the full 3 points here and take a little bit more risk? Both teams sensing the importance of the moment here. Another player going down. He's really chopped up this second half. Buena struggling a bit here. We call her the general. Like a knee-to-knee clash there.
Yeah, I could see both players. Vasquez feeling a little bit too, so just a little contact made.
Leon trying to turn out of there. She was trying to pick out potentially Annette Vasquez. It'll be a free kick Mexico here now, 85th minute.
Right now you want to see that ball being placed away from the goalkeeper, but centrally in the box to allow an opportunity, because again, with more bodies in that box and this visibility, it's going to be very challenging for Windvogel to get a hand on it.
Box is loaded up here. You need good delivery if you're Mexico. 5 players in there. Ball comes in towards the penalty spot. It went over the head of Alison Gonzalez, who is down. The ball actually hits her, bounces out. It's a save made on Escobar in a strange moment here.
I don't think that was a design set piece.
No, not at all.
But that was a very nice ball played in the box. Great opportunity. Pretty much perfect delivery, just unable to execute.
South Africa looking good here. They've made a good penetrating ball here on the right. And the few times they've done that, the delivery is not there, with Chelsea Daniels getting into the box. But we have not seen that very often today, where the Mexican defense has been turned via the pass like that.
Right, definitely. And also just the ability to get South Africa up more quickly. Daniels, the only offensive player in the box. But nice change of point there by South Africa.
Aviles from Monterrey knocks it inside. This is Nicole Perez, the captain. Perez will knock it back. Trying to open the game up here. Nice penetrating pass. Flores gave it away. You might give the aesthetics to Mexico, certainly in the first half. Nonetheless, this has been a very determined South Africa that has not gone away and continues to fight here and seems to have grown in strength and confidence here in the second half.
Absolutely. I think being able to have that opportunity to get rid of those nerves initially and stick to it. The longer they've been in this match, they've been able to weather the storm, so to speak, and avoid any goals being scored against them. They're still quite a tough and athletic team. And that pressure that they put on Mexico initially has really stayed throughout the game.
Now Leon coming out of the haze on that far side of the field. Switch of play is not a good one. Aviles was the target. It's one back by Mexico, though. Flores drove it into the box. Longo tried to get it clear. It bounces gratuitously back to Leon, top of the box. She went down, no call. Here in the 88th minute. Arellano knocks it wide. She'll get it back now. Arellano, Aviles. The 2 second half subs for Mexico. Arellano trying to fight her way through there. It's one back now. Bilakazi for South Africa. Trying to get out of their own half.
You can just sense it and feel it. Everyone's realizing that we're down to the wire here. Last few remaining minutes of this match. And even seeing players like Arellano coming up from the back, trying to get into that attack.
Leon in pursuit. South Africa knock it up the field. Fog getting thicker and thicker here. Knifing inside is Avilés. This is a nice run. She's drawn a couple of defenders here. Here is Mexico now. Trying to create a decent chance here in the final moments. In the 89th minute, it's going to be a free kick to South Africa now.
Really, again, credit to South Africa for being able to stifle these attacks from Mexico. They're being put under pressure. Just their ability. Again, both players, tough contact made in here. But they've really been able to disallow Mexico from getting that final goal across the line.
And that was Annette Vasquez. He was in there fighting. Daniels. Vilakazi. It's a long-range hit that's going to be pulled wide. Will go out for the goal kick. We're now into the 90th minute. And deep into it. If Mexico don't get a result here today, is this a bit of a body blow to their tournament?
You know, I think it's just a missed opportunity, really, for both teams, whether it's South Africa or Mexico, because it has been so close in really anyone's game. So when you have those chances and you have that proximity to getting those 3 points, you obviously want to capitalize. So I think more so than anything, it would just be a missed opportunity, not necessarily a disappointment, but something to build on.
Only the 6th time the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup has been held. This one was in Jordan. Plenty of time to produce a good chance, plenty of time to produce a good goal. Monica Vergara knows that, the coach of Mexico. This will be long, this will be direct. Who will get ahead on it? South Africa does. Leon was trying to get the cross in. Gonzalez stands in the middle of the box, the goal scorer for Mexico, hoping to get some delivery. South Africa will get the throw in now. Here comes Mexico now. They've got some opportunity here. Leon now showing up on the right side of the field. She's done everything she can to try and produce a goal off the quick throw, and it's going to go out for a corner here, headed away there by Holwani. And an opportunity now for Mexico, ironically, to potentially win this off a corner here.
What we've seen this whole match is the short corner, the short play. It's interesting to see if they'll still stick with that and try to maintain possession or get it closer to the goal.
Now Leon to take the corner. Gonzalez, one of the obvious targets. He's headed away. A good header there from South Africa as they try to clear their lines now here.
Good organization by South Africa defensively there, just to get that ball cleared wide and really up the field.
Based on the dominance of Mexico in the first half, the chances they created, out-shooting, obviously, South Africa statistically and analytically, and having most of the ball. Is this going to be kind of felt as a win here by South Africa if they can get out of this with a 0-0 draw?
You know, if I'm South Africa, I would say yes, because they've been able to make sure they haven't had those goals get in.
Here's Maleon now. It's a good run from Maleon. There's an empty net. It's a chance for Gonzalez, kicked off the line. What a moment here from South Africa, showing a determined spirit here today. And coming back defensively and clearing it off the line was Magama.
But those two have been connecting so well in this matchup. Again, Malion being a part of every offensive play, as well as Gonzalez. They're, again, not able to just even lift the ball up or get it past with a little bit more effort. But wonderful, wonderful play by
Seventh
Mexico.
corner for Mexico here. They're going to play it short this time. They have a chance to win things here. The delivery comes in the box. It's headed away by South Africa. It's Malion now. She'll get a shot off. It's blocked. She goes down in a crumbled heap here. It's going to be another corner for Mexico. We are close to the allotted 4 minutes of stoppage time here, but one would expect this corner will be taken, and you might hear a whistle soon. Short one played by Mexico along the end line. It's squared back into the box. Ball is still loose and cleared by South Africa. And that's going to do it. You're going to hear a final whistle. It ends a 0-0 draw here between Mexico and South Africa. And I believe the Mexican team walking off the field now. Your thoughts, Angela?
Well, you know, I think both teams can be proud of the effort that they displayed in this first initial match. A lot of learning lessons for both of them to be able to take into their next game. Not losing any points, but at least getting that draw. But some fantastic plays and really some incredible opportunities offensively, especially by Mexico.
Mexico had real chances. Alison Gonzalez, Annette Vasquez having chances on the day. And we saw an outstanding performance from Natalia Mauleon. Next up for Mexico, they will get to take on in Group B Brazil right here in Maldonado. Great first day, though, for both Mexico, South Africa. An interesting match. Both will take a point here in the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. That'll do it for Angela Huclis.